Hello, and welcome to another edition of One Bad Veggies Root Beer Review. And in this review, we're going to take a rocket back in time. And if you couldn't tell from the clue right there, we're going back to Rocket Fizz territory. I was actually able to find two more Rocket Fizzes. Rocket Fizz brand root beers, I should say. One of them is one that I've mentioned multiple times before because this one's a re-review. It's the Three Stooges root beer. Three Stooges Wise Guy root beer, to be exact. I have reviewed this one in the past. Apparently, I've brought it up a ton. I just keep on bringing it up, despite the fact that I've never actually reviewed it on this channel here. So I believe it's time to get it out of the way. And then, of course, like I said, I found two more. So the next one will be interesting. It will not be a re-review. It will be a brand new Rocket Fizz flavor that I stumbled upon. Actually, not at Rocket Fizz. I actually found it at a root beer store up in Wisconsin, of all places. So otherwise, yeah, let's go ahead and get to the ingredients. So let's go ahead and start with the ingredients, which pop up right there. And as you can see, basic stuff, water, cane sugar, etc. Looked up ester gum to see what ester gum is. It is has something to do with keeping oil suspended in water. So, you know, I don't know exactly what it's going to do. I don't think it's one of those things that affects the flavor at all. So just some sort of additive to probably help with preserving or something. Not 100% sure what it would do in a drink, considering a drink is mostly water, and also what kind of oils are in this. Who knows? Anyway, speaking of, here we go. Take a good look at the bottle. I mean, one of the things I find interesting about the bottle is that they decided to, this is really weird, but colorize the Three Stooges, which is like kind of weird because the Three Stooges are like black and white characters. Like they're not really meant to be colorized, and it looks kind of weird. It looks like when you colorize like a TV show or something like that. Anyway, tiny little nitpick. Otherwise, you know, it's blatant what it is. Three Stooges Wise Guy root beer. One might be asking, why specifically brand it as Three Stooges root beer? And the answer I have for that is they also made Gene Autry root beer. So, and they have a Chumley root beer, which of course I've already reviewed in the past. So I think, and the Kiss Army root beer. So I think the idea behind their root beers is that they kind of put like a celebrity name of some type on it. But once again, being from Rocket Fizz, surprisingly, all of their root beers always have a unique flavor to them, despite the fact that, again, as I've always said about them, that I just always assumed it was going to be the same recipe in every single bottle and just renamed for sales purposes or fun or whatever. Like, oh, it's Kiss root beer. You take a bottle of Kiss root beer home, you show it to your family. Look, I got Kiss root beer, or the Gene Autry root beer or whatever. And it's just all the same root beer in there. So far, that hasn't happened. And I would also go ahead and say, if you look back at those reviews, if I remember correctly, the ingredients were always slightly different too. So I always find that kind of interesting. So let's go ahead and open this one up and get ourselves a little sniff. Okay, we got the bottle here. Let's go ahead and open it up. Ooh, even from here, I can just smell, it just smells very sweet. Very, very sweet. So, you know, I'll be honest with you, it smells sweet. It smells a little bit like licorice, but just a little bit. Yeah, at least from the scent, I'll say that this one definitely smells more on the spicy rooty side than on the creamy vanilla side. So, but who knows what it tastes like when you actually taste it. A lot of times, as I've been discovering recently, a lot of the smells that hit you up front or what you taste on the back end. So this one could be very sweet and very creamy, but once you actually drink it and everything, maybe the spices and licorice and all that are the flavors that come back after you. I'm theorizing. I don't know this for sure. That's what the review is for. So let's go ahead and check the pour in the foam. The trusty mug is here. It's time to go ahead and check the pour in foam of this fella. That is a healthy amount of... Holy. Oh, it's overflowing just the tiniest bit. There we go. I'd say that's pretty impressive. That's an impressive amount of foam right there. I'm going to give it a second to go down before I go ahead and try to lift this thing. Interesting. Mug's so cold that the stuff that overflowed just froze to the side of the cup. That's cool. That's cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and try this foam. Ooh. Yeah, once again, as I said before, a lot of times, flavors you get in the scent, flavors you get in the foam, usually end up being the back end. I will say, as far as foams go and stuff like that, it's good. It's sometimes you get kind of like that seltzer water kind of flavor from foam. Whenever a foam actually has the flavor of the root beer itself in it, I actually kind of appreciate that, even if I'm not a big fan of the flavor itself, which normally I would say this isn't really a flavor that I'm really super into. I still appreciate that, you know, that it's there. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the taste test and see how it tastes. All right, got the mug here. Bon apple teat. So this one's not complicated at all. I'm gonna be real honest with you. It's not bad at all. It's got. I would say that if there was any flavor that I would say is the strongest flavor in it, might just be sugar. There is a back taste. There is a little bit of a aftertaste of a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of spices, but mostly what you're tasting is just super sweet root beer flavor. You know, I don't want to go as far as saying it tastes like a root beer candy, because root beer candy usually tastes a lot more like licorice than root beer even does usually. But it is very candy-like in its sweetness. But you know, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So let's go ahead and grade this thing. So, just straight up, I'm gonna give it a C. Give it a C because it is totally average. You know, and I don't mean that in a negative way at all. It's just, like I said, it's very sweet. I can't give it any points off because it doesn't taste gross. It's not too overly spiced or anything like that. And there's no other weird flavors in the background. The aftertaste is good, and so I don't have a problem with it at all. It's just a sweet, kind of sugary aftertaste. It tastes like root beer, you know, like, but also the things that I really enjoy out of root beers aren't like super apparent in this one. So, you know, it's not overly, I shouldn't say overly vanilla. It doesn't have the right amount of vanilla in it. It's got less so of that. Although I'll tell you what, as the aftertaste has kind of lingered, that is mostly what I'm tasting, is kind of like a vanilla, but also again, just mostly sugar at the same time. Almost like an icing sort of thing or something. I don't know how else to explain it, but so otherwise though, again, like I said, it's pretty much straight down the middle. Like I don't think anyone who would buy this would be unhappy with it, put it that way. It's also not going to blow your socks off, but it's not going to make you vomit either. So yeah, that's it. C. Well, this one felt pretty short and sweet, although I'll find out for sure once we actually edited it. But that's it for now. No real news or anything like that. trying to chug along, try to get as many of these made as I can, which isn't a lot. As you can tell, this one was made today. Well, when the video gets posted, it was made in the same day because I haven't been able to catch up with my backlog and everything and actually start trying to make sure that I have a bunch of videos set up ready to go, which is what I'm still attempting to do, surprisingly. But for now, you know, this one shows up a little bit later in the day, but it's still Friday, so it counts. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you liked it, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, do whatever you want. I don't mind. If you dislike it, go ahead and hit dislike, you know. Life's, you can do whatever. All right. Hope you had a good time.